Good afternoon. This is Sunday, May 22nd, 2011, and you're tuning in to another edition of Tedawuga's Weekly Boxing News. This week on boxing, yesterday was action-packed day. We have new news from Roy Jones Jr. out of Moscow, Russia. Roy Jones was in a 10-round fight with a unknown Russian boxer named Denis Lebedev, and unfortunately for all us Roy Jones fans, myself included, he does not know when to retire. He looked really out of shape. This is probably the chunkiest I've ever seen Roy Jones Jr. in the weigh-in, and even during the fight, he just looked completely out of shape. He was slow. He had no reflexes. He did okay up until the 10th round. About 20 seconds left into the 10th round, Lebedev hit him with a couple of shots, and Roy Jones was in the ropes taking him, and he got hit with a bad right hook, I believe, that sent him hunched over for like a good 2 or 3 seconds, just hunched over. He was out of it, hunched over, and Lebedev looks over at the referee to stop it. He didn't stop it. He comes in, hits him with another right hand. Roy Jones falls face first onto the canvas. He's out cold again, and he almost looked like he died in the ring. He didn't look good at all. And but they finally got his consciousness back, and then they sat him up, and the guy said he'll see how he feels. If he wants to continue, he'll still continue. I can't believe he still doesn't have the answer of whether he should box or not. He's done. His career is over. Roy Jones, you were the best. You were my idol in the late 90s, early 2000s, but it's time to hang him up, buddy. You're just tarnishing your legendary record. You're getting beat by nobodies left and right. This is probably the 4th or 5th time you've been out cold. How many times commissions all around the world need to stop granting this guy a license to fight, because he is seriously putting his life in jeopardy, and there's no point for him to fight at all, and no one even wants to watch him fight. It's just horrible. Moving on, Chad Dawson versus Adrian Decanu. Chad Dawson looked a little bit sharper with Emmanuel Stewart in his corner, and he basically outboxed Decanu all night. Decanu did land a few hard shots that wobbled Chad Dawson, but overall Chad Dawson's height, his jab, he's a little more ring savvy. He kept running, basically backing up from Decanu, and took his game plan out of there. Pretty boring, lackluster fight. Chad Dawson is a pretty overall, he's not pay-per-view material. He's not that entertaining to watch. He's fine technically, but he just lacks spirit and emotion, and his fights show it. I mean, the crowd was completely quiet. Pretty dull fight. If you didn't watch it, don't worry about it. You're not going to miss anything. On to the main event of that night, Pascal Hopkins 2. Great fight. Great fight. If it's on YouTube, if it's up on YouTube or anywhere else that you can find it, make sure you watch all of it. It's a great fight. It was interesting because during the HBO face-off, Hopkins was telling Pascal that he's only a 4-round fighter, and lo and behold, this fight, he's a 4-round fighter again. A little bit better than he did last time, I thought. Not really, because he didn't get any knockdowns against Bernard Hopkins, but he really hurt Bernard Hopkins bad several times in this fight. Shots that Bernard just was not taking that well. Bernard Hopkins also hurt Pascal in the 3rd or 4th round with an overhand, like looping right hand that pretty much stunned Pascal, and Pascal was holding on for dear life. And they went back and forth the beginning rounds. To Pascal's credit, I gave Pascal all 4 of the first rounds, maybe even the 5th one. But after that, Bernard Hopkins just took over. He made adjustments. He beat Pascal every single round. Up until the 12th round, which I also gave to Pascal. The 12th round, Bernard Hopkins looked like he was going to get knocked down again towards the last final minute of the fight. Pascal was putting it all on the line, and just wasn't enough. Bernard has his number. It was actually funny because in between some of the rounds, Bernard Hopkins was teasing Pascal because it looked like Pascal was being gassed and he's winded and stuff, but Bernard Hopkins would go out when the bell would ring. He would go into his corner and start doing push-ups on the floor. It was actually pretty funny, and just outclassing Pascal big time. I mean, he's almost 19, 20 years older than Pascal, and he's just beating that ass. He's just, making him pay. But that doesn't mean Pascal's career is over. Pascal, he even said it, he's in the post-fight interview, that he's green and that he needs to adjust, and fighting Bihab was actually good for him because he gained a lot of experience, which is true. I'm pretty sure he has he's going to be a lot sharper and he's going to hone his game up a lot better. So, interesting to see where Pascal's future goes after this fight, after this loss. And Bernard Hopkins, he called out Chad Dawson and Lucien Boutte, which are both going to be really good fights. And he said he's going to retire when he's close to 50. And if he's beating young guys like this right now, I don't see why he should retire. He's a really exciting fighter to watch. And, he's actually more exciting now than he was back when he was younger. So he's laying it out all on the line. He said the best is always last, or the best comes last, or something like that. But yeah, Bernard Hopkins, he's all that. Keep going, B-Hop. Rooting for you. His buddy Roy Jones, though, just stop, Roy. We love you. It's over. You had a great career. Don't ruin it. You know what? A lot of these older fighters, they that were really good in, like Roy Jones was inhumanly good when he was younger. His reflexes, everything. He didn't really have technical, sound boxing ability. Roy Jones never kept his hands up, never had a really good jab that he worked off. He relied on his athleticism and reflexes to take him to the top, which worked. But once you get old, those reflexes and everything, they're gone. They're not the same anymore. You can't fight. And he never had a technically sound game. He's over. He needs to stop. Roy, we love you. Stop doing this again, please. No boxing commission should allow him to box ever again. But there's a weekly boxing news. Pretty exciting week in boxing, and look forward to seeing you next time. This is Tedawuga reporting live from. I ain't gonna tell you guys where I report from. Send me a bomb threat or something. Leave me alone. All you people are crazy. No, but for real. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. This is Tedawuga. Peace.